Now, we've all come to terms with the fact that when we find alien life, it probably won't look like this, or even this guy. We're more likely to find this. Bacteria, which is exactly what NASA is hoping to find on future missions to Mars and Saturn's icy moon Enceladus. Trying to find life on other planets, especially when looking for something as microscopic as a bacteria, is tricky to say the least. It's a bit like trying to find a stranger in a crowd. Unless you know who you're looking for, you'll probably never find them. It's the same for astrobiologists looking for microbial life on other planets. Without knowing what we're looking for or where to look, trying to find extraterrestrial life can seem impossible. Luckily, there are clues to help solve this conundrum right here on Earth. To be more specific, indications of what alien life might look like can be found in naturally occurring extreme environments. That's because these habitats are probably as close as we're going to get to mimicking those on other planets, like boiling hot springs, permafrost, and hydrothermal vents. And while these environments may seem inhospitable, organisms do live and even thrive in these surroundings. Scientists call these organisms extremophiles. And the very first example of one was found just over 40 years ago here, in the hot springs of Yellowstone National Park. Researchers discovered that tiny microbes were able to thrive within the hot springs, enduring temperatures of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Since they were first discovered, extremophiles have been found in a variety of extreme environments across the globe. Most are microbes, like bacteria, fungi, or algae, but there are one or two examples of more complex organisms, like Pompeii worms found near hydrothermal vents or Antarctic krill. Regardless of their complexity, though, every example of extremophile has adapted to an environmental niche that differs from the Mesolithic conditions generally found on Earth. Some can exist in extreme acidity, some without oxygen or light, while others survive in high levels of radiation. Armed with this knowledge, astrobiologists are starting to speculate whether extremophiles could endure the high carbon dioxide atmosphere on the surface of Mars, or in its deep subsurface permafrost. And researchers aren't just interested in if extremophiles could survive on another planet, they're also curious to see if they could survive in space itself. In 2011, a study conducted by the Japan Agency of Marine Earth Science subjected several extremophile bacteria strains to extreme gravity, roughly 400,000 times stronger than Earth. In order to do this, they placed each strain of bacteria in an ultracentrifuge at high speeds. According to the researchers, the idea was to simulate a kind of hyperacceleration, which is usually found only in cosmic environments, such as on massive stars or in the shock waves of supernovas. What they found was that one strain, called Paracoccus dentrificans, not only survived the extreme gravity, but experienced rapid growth. Now, this is huge news because this means that life forms could potentially survive in the extreme gravity of space, meaning that life could survive something like an interplanetary exchange, something like a meteor strike. It all falls in line with a theory known as Panspermia, which proposes that life forms could transfer from one world to the next by traveling across space on comets or meteoroids. This theory hasn't been proven yet, but astrobiologists continue to test extremophiles on Earth in space-like conditions, each time hoping to find more clues about life and how it may have spread throughout the universe. So yes, it would be great to shake hands with an intelligent being from another galaxy, but discovering bacteria on one of Saturn's moons is just as important, because finding microbes on meteoroids in outer space or on other planets could tell us more about the universe than any Vulcan could. Our fascination with learning more about the universe is only limited by our ability to explore it. The new James Webb telescope will finally allow us to observe some of the most distant objects in the universe. If you want an incredible behind-the-scenes look at the new James Webb Space Telescope, make sure you check out Discovery's brand new documentary, Telescope. The world premiere is this Saturday, February 20th at 9 p.m. on Discovery Channel. I'll be tuning in too, for sure. So what do you guys think about all this? Do you think we're going to find life on a planet somewhere else in our solar system? Let us know down in the comments, and keep subscribing for more D News. If you don't subscribe yet, click the button, it's right there. Also, while you're at it, check out this video from my buddy Julia about tardigrades. She interviewed a scientist who studies them.
So, first of all, do you have a favorite pet name for tardigrades? Do you like water bears or moss piglets?
I love water bear because it's so cute, but that means slow walker, technically.